Okay, coming live from Gobeklitepe in very southern Turkey. We're actually very close to the Syrian border, I think. This is a monumental construction, carbon dated at being about 12,000 years old. So Gobeklitepe means the pot-bellied hill. And some of these vertical T-shapes are maximum, I think, 18 feet tall. And then you can notice the grooves, the tops of some of them, and others have depressions in the top, like almost round divots. So again, this is the oldest carbon dated monumental site so far in the world at 12,000 years old. And it's only been known about, as far as I know, for approximately 20 years. It was reburied, it was utilized supposedly for 1,000 years, and then it was buried on purpose. And there is talk that there are at least 30 more structures of this size in the immediate area, so that each one was utilized and then probably buried, and then another one was created and then buried. So that would give it a time signature of some kind, meaning that it was useful for celestial alignments for a certain period of time, and when the alignments went out of whack, then another one of these had to be created. The mystery is they, of course, allowed the excavation of this to happen under Dr. Klaus Schmidt. Yes, they have holes in the top. I don't know why. That's why we're here. This is my first trip, actually, to Göbekli Tepe. So I just wanted to give you, my loyal audience, a view of this really quite impressive ancient structure. It is megalithic in terms of it being composed of large, you can see the large vertical stones, but the quality of the workmanship is relatively crude. The material is limestone, which is relatively soft, and so it's not a, it's an engineering feat. It's a coordinated activity feat. Would have taken probably hundreds of people to build it over the course of quite an extensive period of time. But obviously, if you've been watching my videos, you can tell that the actual physical quality of the workmanship is not the same as, or as good as what we find in Peru with the polygonal walls, or in Egypt with the structures that are megalithic that we see there. But being dated as the oldest carbon dated megalithic structure makes it very important for the country of Turkey and for the world. Well, it is megalithic. Megalithic simply means large stones, but it's not lost ancient high technology megalithic. But that's why it's important to come to a place like this, because that allows you to do a comparison between the workmanship that you find, again, in Peru and Bolivia and Egypt, and Baalbek in Lebanon, and Petra in Jordan, with what you find in other parts of the world. Well, I don't see how it's a power machine. I don't know how anyone can validate a theory like that, but let's see what Dr. Sam has to say about that. Oh, that's good that they're going to be doing more excavations, because supposedly it's much, much bigger than this. In the grand scheme of things, I'm sure they've done ground-penetrating radar and have figured out that there's much more to this site than this impressive complex. Well, this is actually quite an impressive structure they built over top of it to protect it from the sun. I mean, it's been buried underground for 12,000 years, so if you expose it to the sun, limestone being very soft, it's going to start to deteriorate, and this allows you to see the whole thing. Otherwise, if you're climbing around inside the site, then obviously that's going to be not too good for it. That's one of the bigger ones there. He made measurements of what? No, there was no such thing as metal 12,000 years ago. Or at least not, you know, the Iron Age is very recent compared to the age of this place. Anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this little video of that Gobeklitepe. I'll probably turn the camera on again once we go up to the upper site, but I just thought you might enjoy looking at this. Yeah, it's too bad Dr. Klaus Schmidt died. He didn't die here, though. I think he died back in Germany. And anyway, he obviously was the champion of this complex, and God bless him. So thanks for watching.